Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Ethereum price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. And starting on the 4 daily chart here, we're looking at what 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 toward the upside, finishing a wave 1 or a wave A. These are the cycles, of course, that we had, of course, for Ethereum, and we're looking after it for 3-wave corrective, of course, as cycles as well. And we're still looking for a wave C towards the downside in A, B, and a C, of course, 3 waves down. WXY for your wave B, and of course, we possibly looking for an impulse towards the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. In case we are in W, X, and a Y, a bigger one, of course, it can be a zigzag for a wave Y, it can be a flat, or it can be a triangle even sideways for a wave Y, and then start to move toward the upside again in an A, B, and a C, or in a big wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 toward the upside. On the daily chart, we have, of course, a closer view here where we have, of course, an ABC toward the downside, a W, X, and a Y, where we saw, of course, a zigzag for W and X, of course, in a zigzag, and, of course, a final zigzag for your wave Y. Finishing a wave B or a bigger wave X and moving right now toward the downside. Now, of course, based on this structure, we're gonna, of course, decide if we are impulsive or if we are in ABC in a zigzag or potentially a regular flat, or of course, as we said, a triangle sideways. Now, as you can see inside this wave here, we have potentially as well, it can be an A, B, and a C, where you finish here a big impulse toward the downside. As you can see exactly here, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 4 did not interfere with your zone 1, very nice. And then, of course, an impulsive wave 5 has been unfolding here for a wave C, potentially in another scenario where you would like to see here a potential 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Then you are still looking for one more wave 4 and a 5 toward the downside. And this is exactly what do we mean. One more wave 4 and a 5 can still be possible as well for Ethereum. Now, if we take a closer look what's going on inside, we can get a little bit more information if we are corrective or impulsive and still looking for lower. So in case, of course, we are corrective, then of course we are moving for lower for a 4-5. In case we are impulsive here, then potentially we are, of course, moving for higher prices. So for this, of course, we would like to see even closer move here. As you can see, we have kind of like, yeah, it can be an impulse here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. As you can see, you have 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Wave 2, very shallow, and then potentially, of course, this is your wave 2 as a running flat, or potentially even still can be, of course, as a WXY or as an expanding flat. Yeah, so potentially, of course, can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 because you are looking here for a wave B, right? A wave B for higher price here, or a wave 4. Yeah, because wave B, you have finished your wave A here, a big wave A, right? A, in case we are in WXY, and you're looking for a zigzag. Wave B towards the upside, and then moving towards the downside for a wave C. So potentially, if we move inside it as well, to get much more insight, we can see, of course, here you have potentially, well, yeah, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5, but intersection here. So I prefer, of course, yeah, this is 3 corrective waves, guys. If we move inside it here, we see just 3 corrective waves, and then potentially we are looking for a lower, and as you can see, this is an impulse as 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and 5. Now on the 1-hour chart, this of course can look like kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But yeah, when you move inside it, you see, of course, clearer view, and then you got 3 waves rather than 4 waves, right? And in case you are looking 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, your wave 4 did not interfere, but don't forget that your wave 3 is shorter than your wave 1 and shorter than your wave 5, which is not allowed, yeah? Meaning A, B, C toward the upside and continuation toward the downside. In a bigger view, what does it mean? In a bigger view, of course, higher possibility goes for a wave 4 here, And your wave 4, regarding this wave 2, of course, it still need time to unfold, guys. So potentially, I would say that your wave 4 still need a lot of time, of course, to finish. So basically, this is your time required. And if this our wave 3 here finished, or our wave 5, you are looking here for this one. Here we go. As a wave 4. Yep. So we are looking definitely at least for this blue box to be hit currently, and yeah, between the perfect fib level for a wave 4 and the perfect time, right, for a wave 4, which we would like to see kind of like 3 waves, and then continuation toward the downside. Now, don't forget that this also can hit perfectly the fib level for a wave Y, right? So wave Y, meaning the 0.618 at what 1,676, can be a target, and it can be, of course, a signal for bullish, right? It can be, so nobody knows. We can still consider, for example, this is 3 waves down, 3 waves up as well, and then 5 waves down as an expanding flat after having 3 waves down here as well, expanding flat, and another structure as 3 waves up for W, X, and a Y. So very, very possible as well, guys. And it can be even a zigzag here. Yeah. So finishing in running flat. Yeah, so that could be, and finishing a running flat. Why? Because we finished an impulse here, failing to reach the low. Yeah, so we have to be careful with it. It can be the scenario. This is a new scenario in case this happens. I would say, yeah, we have to be careful from this A, B, and a C. Right, so let's put it in orange and put it a little bit clearer to always watch it. Yep. So these are the possibilities right now. I believe that we're still looking for lower sooner or later, because even if you have finished, let's say, wave A here, you're looking for a wave B, and then wave C toward the downside to hit, of course, this area again in 3 waves as a W, X, and a Y, yeah, and then moving toward the upside. But basically, right now, based on the lower price action, we see, of course, potentially correction and move toward the downside. This will open a chance to finish impulsively in double 1, 2, yeah, 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5, meaning if you finish in an impulse, which is a wave C, yeah, an A, B, and a C, 3 waves up, 3 waves down, yeah, and that gives, of course, a chance for bullish here and to move toward the upside, right, for Ethereum. So I'm gonna put also a blue box here, potentially, of course, our next target after hitting the wave 4, of course. Yeah. So if we take a look also at KGT, so on KGT, of course, we have a bullish signal here. We can see a bullish signal, but the CVD, of course, still moving for higher. There is no divergence with another bullish signal so far to say that we are bullish. And of course, the convergence of the bearish is still playing here. And potentially, once you get, of course, this lower signal, here we go. Weaker signal, not even so much weak, by the way. It is at 480 almost. So very strong signal, I would say. And then, of course, we might move toward the downside. So this is exactly what we say here. Potentially then, of course, after this correction, we might, of course, move impulsively. So if we move impulsively from here, what it might be, of course, an extension, I would say, because the wave 4 is very shallow here. I would say it can be an extension, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Yeah, so potentially it can be, guys, that we can extend even those waves. And so this is very bearish, of course, but we're gonna see. Currently, we're looking for lower, and potentially if we move very, very impulsively, therefore, of course, your target is this blue box already, guys. And this can end up, of course, a big A, a B, and a C, because this is a part of your wave 5 here. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 in ending diagonal. Yeah, don't forget this, to finish a wave A, and then start to look for higher in a wave B and then a wave C. Yeah, these are the possibilities right now for Ethereum. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.